Now at 5, new information tonight about help for Celadon workers suddenly left without jobs. What we're learning about getting them back to work.
They said they've never lost anything like this before.
A grieving widow turns to RTV6 for help after getting nowhere with a local hospital. She claims staff there lost her husband's belongings.
It's an intersection neighbors say is dangerous, one they don't want to become deadly. We've been out here before, and now we're back again working for you and taking the concerns once again to the city.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Good evening. First tonight at 5, new information for the hundreds of Hoosiers impacted by Celadon's sudden shutdown.
Celadon is filing for bankruptcy, and people working for the Indianapolis-based trucking company were left unemployed this week without warning.
Working for you, RTV6's Kara Kenny explains how the state is now stepping in to help, and so are many other local businesses.
As Celadon shuts its doors for good, local employment agencies are stepping up to help.
Yeah, so give them a call, ask for the specific start and month.
We've had some drivers and mechanics that have both come in and interviewed.
Mike Hefner with Express Employment Professionals in Greenwood is encouraging former Celadon employees to take action now.
There are jobs available that are out there.
Jobs for drivers and mechanics, but also the hundreds working in customer service, human resources, and other support staff roles. The Department of Workforce Development is also stepping in to help. Their rapid response team is planning a virtual online meeting for former Celadon employees, and they plan to host virtual job fairs as well. Those start next week.
It's a good time to go find a job, even though people may think, oh, the holidays, people are too busy. That's not true.
And Hefner says this may even be a chance for people to find a job more suited for them.
The good thing is it's kind of a time to reflect and say, okay, I didn't expect that, but what can I go do?
Working for you, Kara Kenny, RTV6.
Thank you, Kara. And the first virtual job fair is scheduled for December 19th. We have a link to register on our website, theindychannel.com. Look for the story on the homepage. Impacted workers are also encouraged to visit their local Work One office in Marion County. It is at 4410 North Shadeland Avenue. Also on our website, you can find a link to all the companies that are hiring truck drivers in the state of Indiana. The list from the Indiana Motor Truck Association is 21 pages long. The goal is to help not just truck drivers, but also technicians, recruiters' office staff, and other employees who are now without work.
Tonight, a widow is asking RTV6 for help after weeks of calling a local hospital and getting no answers. She says St. Francis Hospital on the south side lost her husband's belongings. He's now passed away, and she needs them back. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is trying to get to the bottom of what happened and find out if there is a protocol in place when dealing with patients' personal items.
I reached out to Franciscan Health, and a spokesman with the hospital says he's looking into this situation. But that grieving widow tells us she has been waiting since November 7th, when her husband passed away, for the hospital staff to find several of his belongings. That includes his wallet with important information inside. For several weeks, Janet Wilson Harrison says she's been calling St. Francis Hospital asking if they have found her husband's personal items.
They lost everything. They lost his billfold, his clothes.
Her husband, Howard, had been sick since 2000. He had congestive heart failure. But before passing away, he was taken to St. Francis Hospital on South Emerson Avenue. Janet says while visiting him at the hospital, she asked the staff several times for his wallet, but was told it was locked up and no one with a key was available. Now, more than a month later, the wallet is still missing.
There's important papers in that billfold. There's numbers I can't replace. There's pictures I can't replace. Chase Bank froze my bank accounts because Howard and I were on the same account. I can't get that straightened out until I get a death certificate. I can't get a death certificate because he hasn't been cremated yet.
I asked Franciscan Health spokesman what happened and what protocol is in place to keep items like a wallet safe when patients arrive. He says, quote, because of privacy laws, we cannot discuss the details of this case. Our hospital strongly encourages patients not to bring valuables or treasured possessions with them before they are admitted for care. The hospital is unable to accept responsibility for patients' personal belongings during their stay. We recommend that valuables be left at home for safekeeping. Meanwhile, Janet is still hoping the items turn up because right now, with no money, she's struggling to figure out what to do next. Working for you on the South Side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And tonight, Nicole is following up with the hospital's protocol since the woman that we talked to says that she was told her husband's belongings were locked up somewhere safe. We're still waiting on that response.
Right now in the Storm Team 6 Tracking Center with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory, and we had some flurries, cloudy skies, and then the sun came out.
Yeah, so you come inside, and then the sun comes out. Maybe if we go outside now, then the clouds will come back. We don't want that to happen because sun setting, full moon rising. You've seen the nearly full moon last couple nights. Tonight, it's truly full moon on the way. Okay, there's a little bit hazy sunset this evening. Temperatures, they've been cold, and did you see it? It was a vision test for a lot of us as to whether you were seeing snow flurries or not. Some other spots had some light snow showers roll through. All of that is pushing to the east, and the sky is gradually clearing. Temperatures are headed into the 20s. They're there in spots. 24 in Peru. We've been there all day, really. Just hit 30 in Indy, 27 in Lafayette. As the skies clear, temperatures will continue to fall. The wind is light. That sets the stage then with the clear sky and light winds for the coldest air to settle to the ground. Temperatures down into the low to mid 20s at 11 o'clock tonight. This is Indianapolis. I think outlying areas will be cooler than that. And let's pop the hood on tomorrow. Temperatures lower 20s first thing in the morning. We'll have a mixture of clouds and sunshine tomorrow. Temperature by noon at 39. That's looking up. Temperature peaks in the lower 40s tomorrow afternoon. Those aren't the warmest temperatures in the forecast. We'll get to that. Take a look at a rain-snow mix potentially for Saturday. We'll do that shortly.
Kevin, we'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you. Neighbors on the northeast side fear that if something doesn't improve, an intersection in their area could go from dangerous to deadly. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you to find out what can be done to bring peace of mind about the intersection at 71st and Fairwood Drive, north of Fort Benjamin State Park.
Kathleen Height looked to RTV6 back in June, desperate for help getting what she considers a dangerous intersection fixed.
Pretty someone's going to get killed or seriously hurt.
Height is referring to the 71st and Fairwood intersection, where it's becoming all too common for drivers to go flying right off the road into a dry creek bed 30 feet below.
It's a very dark area, and if you're not familiar with it, you don't know that when you come to that T, you run a stop sign, that the road ends.
Last Thursday marked the last straw for Height, who heard yet another crash from her bedroom. Same scenario as so many times before.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid to go down there and see that someone has died, and I've done everything I could to prevent it.
First thing in the morning, she says she got right to work.
Last Friday, I wrote Mayor Hogsett a letter, mailed it to him.
It's her first time reaching out to the mayor, but she has tried to get action from the mayor's action line in the past. Height thinks it's only a matter of time before something a driver can't walk away from happens at the intersection. RTV6 has been checking with the city on improvements for this area. They tell us the requested guardrail is not feasible for this intersection and say adding a guardrail could actually make it more dangerous for drivers, but they are looking at other safety options. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Muncie will have a new police chief starting January 1st. Nathan Sloan will take over as chief on January 1st, taking over for Chief Joe Winkle, who is leaving the position December 30th. Sloan has served as a patrol officer, investigator, member of the SWAT team, and he's been named Detective of the Year 4 times. Mayor-elect Dan Ridenour made the announcement today, saying he hopes to improve community relations and communication within the department. He received 15 applicants for the chief job. Melissa Pease will serve as the deputy police chief.
More to come this hour on RTV6. It started out as a school assembly with kids playing games, but it ended with a surprise one student will never forget. That's on the Now Indy.
But first, an Indiana family that thought they would be preparing for their child's 2nd birthday is filing a lawsuit after her death. New details in the cruise ship tragedy.
And we've got a lot going on in the 7-day forecast. We'll kind of go through that day by day, obviously. Warmest temperature ahead 44. We've got some teens on the way. We'll talk about that coldest morning and match these with the day of the week coming up.
Test drive at Honda of Fishers.
The parents of a northern Indiana toddler who fell to her death on a cruise ship are now taking legal action. They filed a lawsuit today against the cruise line, citing negligence. Now, Chloe Wiegland was being held by her grandfather when she fell out of an open window in Puerto Rico. As Victor Oquendo reports, the parents say that window should never have been left open.
The family of the little girl who fell to her death from the window of a Royal Caribbean cruise ship this past summer is now suing the company for negligence, accusing the cruise line of playing a major role in the death of their child.
The singular goal is to raise awareness about window falls to try to prevent this from ever happening to another child again. This was an unsafe wall of glass that shouldn't have been there within feet of a children's play area.
Chloe Wiegand was with her grandfather, Sam Anello, near the children's water park. In the lawsuit, the Wiegands claim the windows, like the ones Chloe fell out of, were unsafe and not appropriately marked to indicate that some could slide open.
Immediately after it happened, questions were asked about why were these windows left open? Why is this like this?
Royal Caribbean released a statement saying, "Our hearts go out to the family for their tragic loss. Mr. Salvatore Anello is currently being criminally prosecuted for negligent homicide in the case. We have no comment on the civil filing." Anello says he was holding Chloe up so she could tap on the glass like she used to at her brother's hockey games, except he didn't know that particular window was open until it was too late. Authorities in Puerto Rico charging the grandfather with negligent homicide.
I sit here broken, and we all sit here broken.
He will be in criminal court next week.
It wasn't him. I mean, it was a freak accident. Could have been prevented by the cruise ship.
The family has chosen not to release the video that shows the incident.
We should be celebrating with a present and birthday cake, but instead we're here talking about her death.
Chloe Wiegand would have turned 2 this Friday. Victor Oquendo, ABC News, South Bend, Indiana.
A New York company announced plans today to expand its Mooresville operation and create up to 90 new jobs. NicePak Products is a manufacturer of wet wipes for home use, healthcare, food service, and other commercial markets. The company already operates an administrative and production facility in Mooresville. It has purchased land to build a new production and warehouse facility at State Road 67 and Merriman Road. Construction is scheduled to begin late next year. It currently employs 413 people in Mooresville and is currently hiring for several positions at its existing location.
Well, March Madness will be coming to Indianapolis in 2022 because Cincinnati's downtown arena won't be ready to host the games. The NCAA confirmed today that Cincinnati's Heritage Bank Center will no longer be the site of the first and second round men's tournament games in March of 2022. Instead, the 6 games will be played at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Indianapolis is the site of the 2021 men's Final Four and now first and second round games the following year. The RTV6 Shines On Toy Drive is in its final week, and today a huge donation from students in Carmel. Just take a look at all of these toys here.
And this year we expanded the toy drive to cover Project Angel for the children of deployed Indiana National Guard members. The students at University High School in Carmel heard about it and chose to direct their donation to Project Angel. Kevin Gregory, our chief toy drive elf, was there to see their generosity firsthand. 550 toys will go to children of Guard members around the state who are deployed and won't be home for Christmas.
I really view it as a 3-legged stool where we got the soldiers, the family members, and the community. All 3 legs have to be strong to support, to make the National Guard work the way it needs to. So we really appreciate that support.
Come on over here. We'll have
The school's associate head of school is a general in the National Guard, so the students were eager to collect toys for the Guard. This is the 10th year University High School has taken part in the toy drive, and we thank them for their continued support.
Did all those kids know that you're an elf? They do now.
Secret's out.
They want a 2-hour delay is what they really like for
Will they get it for Christmas, right?
No, nothing in the short term. The cool part, after we were done, then all of the toys went into a Humvee and were loaded and then driven off. So, yeah,
that is cool.
Okay, this is cool as well. All about the numbers. 12-12 on 12-12. that is when the full moon occurs. So it's the 11th now, so just after midnight, the full moon, and the skies have cleared, so perfect timing to check out the full moon rising this evening. There is the sunset. We had lots of clouds through the first part of the day, and then, as we mentioned, nice clearing late in the afternoon. Temperatures responded a little bit, but generally it was a cold, dry day, at least in the afternoon. You had some snow flurries. I saw a few in central Indiana. 28 in Zionsville and Fishers. Temperatures on the warm side, if you want to call it that. 33 in Edinburgh and Johnson County. Just to show you, temperatures will warm up. Here's where it will come from: the southwest portions then of Missouri. Springfield's at 50, 45 in St. Louis. We'll grab hold of this when we change the wind direction. Right now our wind is light, but it will come out of the south during the day tomorrow and draw the warmer air in here. Single-digit temperatures in Minneapolis and Bismarck. Say hello to Gracie Joe. She is ready for a walk.
Gracie Joe with the Fu Manchu.
I like that. A little gray hair there.
Yeah,
I think it's a splash of white. Let's say
mature.
Susie Reed sent in the picture, and you can too, to kevin.gregory@wrtv.com. Kevin.gregory@wrtv.com. I'd be happy to take your dog for a walk, no matter the temperature. As far as what's happening tomorrow, 42, the difference breezy. The wind will gust over 20 miles per hour, but it will be dry through the day. Temperatures on Friday, the warmest that they'll be in the 7-day forecast. These are about average, maybe slightly above average on Friday with mostly cloudy skies. During the day tomorrow, there's your wind, southeast at 15, gusts at times over 20 miles per hour through the afternoon hours. But as I mentioned, the arrow showing the direction the wind is blowing from, and that will try to warm our temperatures. Thursday afternoon, 42 to about 45 degrees most cases, and the steady wind out of the south. We'll have a mixture of clouds and sunshine. We'll fight that battle over the next couple of days, but we're staying dry as we move beyond. Friday at 7 a.m., we're clear. The clouds increase through the day on Friday. I think it'll be a cloudy afternoon into Friday night, setting the stage for a weekend storm system. Temperatures by noon on Friday, 41. Afternoon high, as we mentioned, as warm as it'll be for the rest of the work week and into next week. Temperatures Friday across the region, all in the 40s. What happens over the weekend? Our rain chances will increase Saturday with temperatures in the low 40s, warm enough that we're expecting rain as we get to Saturday night. Colder air catches that. That's where we may mix with or change to some snow. Temperatures on Sunday colder, 32 degrees, chance of any leftover snow at about 20%. I'll point out Monday we'll keep our eye on the potential for some accumulating snow with a system moving through. 34 degrees for the high. We're in the 20s, as you can see. Tuesday morning in the teens. Next Wednesday morning is going to happen. You know, we just kind of wait our time to see another accumulating snow, so we'll keep our eye on Monday.
All right. Thanks, Kevin, for that.
A big honor for the 500 Festival Mini Marathon and the city. The Mini has been named the best half marathon in America for the second year in a row. The recognition comes from the Bib Brave 100. Rankings are based upon runner nominations, surveys from the running industry, and online voting. The 2020 race is set for Saturday, May 2nd. You can register online now at the lowest possible rate. It is $72 through December 31st. After that, the rate will increase to $79 and then increase again 2 more times through May 1st. It is definitely
They want you to act sooner
race.
rather than later, right?
Yes.
Hey, in a matter of hours, we'll know if there are more accolades to celebrate. Tonight, the Mascot Hall of Fame in Northwest Indiana will announce its new members. The Colts Blue and the Pacers Boomer are among the 10 finalists. The announcement will be made during a fundraiser event. You can watch it on the Mascot Hall of Fame's Facebook page. That event begins in less than an hour at 6 p.m. Eastern. The announcement is expected around 7:45 or so.
He has helped young men and women find love on television. Now the host of ABC's The Bachelor is offering to help anyone who falls in love make it a permanent union.
Saturday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Hello to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV, and a Florida jury has recommended that Mark Sievers be sentenced to death for orchestrating the brutal murder of his beautiful wife, Dr. Teresa Sievers. The jury deliberated for a little less than 3 hours on Tuesday night before coming back with their recommendation. Next month, there will be what's called a Spencer hearing in that same courtroom, where the defense will try to convince Judge Bruce Kyle to override the jury's decision and impose a sentence of life in prison for Mark Sievers. In the meantime, the court is recessed today in Michigan versus defendant Stephen Washington. He's accused of murdering this man, Michigan State University student Isai Barones. Barones was a 22-year-old senior when he was shot to death back in October of 2018. The incident happening outside of an East Lansing apartment complex after he stepped into a fight between 4 girls. Prosecutors say that Washington shot Barones, but Washington's defense lawyers say that he was unarmed at the time and is being framed by everybody involved in the melee. If convicted, Washington could face life in prison. And as always, you can count on Court TV for live gavel-to-gavel coverage. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
His life centers around finding love, roses, and the most dramatic episodes ever seen on TV. Now Chris Harrison, the host of ABC's The Bachelor, is offering his services to all couples in love. According to his new website, Harrison can officiate at your wedding. He's been an ordained minister with University Life Church since 2012. He's been seen on TV officiating at a handful of bachelor or bachelorette weddings. He's also done private ceremonies. His site does not list prices, but says Harrison is available to travel within the U.S. and internationally for destination weddings.
He'll go to where you are.
Where you are. I love it. I was looking it up on the
Did you check the prices?
I was trying to find the prices, so let us know if you find that part out. Right. But he will travel.
Yeah, for a price.
Residents are concerned about what they call a dangerous and unusual intersection.
Some cars are driving off the road and into a ravine, and they never see it coming. We've shown you this problem before, and all new at 6, we find out why nothing has been done to fix the issue yet.
But first on the Now, Indy, rental scams on the rise. You may be looking for a place to rent when you go on that holiday vacation. What the BBB wants you to be on the lookout for. You're watching RTV6.